Now, one of the really cool increased damage options is Tensor's Transformation. I haven't done this one because ever since like Spirit Shroud came out, it's just been so much better. If I started doing these before Spirit Shroud came out, then it would be different. But as of now, Spirit Shroud kind of is just way better because if you can get to 7th level, and then like normally the thing is with tensors you have to invest 6 levels in. Yeah, 6 spell levels, so it's going to be 11 character levels, which is a lot. Just into that one class, right? Because or 12 if you're doing Bard, right? So actually we'll talk about that later. Bard is tricky and weird, but it's pretty much otherwise a wizard exclusive spell that you have to go 11 levels into, which makes it a bit iffy, right? But it's so cool because first of all, you have advantage on all of your attacks. You have proficiency in everything, like armor, weapons, whatever. You have 50 extra temporary hit points. It's 2d12 force damage that you're doing extra on each of your attacks, and you have advantage on, or is it proficiency? Proficiency in strength and constitution saves. Anyways, huge buffs, and it's beautiful. So we're gonna have some fun here. The big thing about this is it is one of the only times you get a D12 for your damage die that's from a spell. Now, this seems innocuous at first, but we have a little abuse of this. We're gonna have to go 11 into Wizard, but first, of course, we're going to grab our race. You guessed it, ASMR. Where we're gonna put our high stats? Well, Tensor's Transformation, one thing it doesn't do is allow us to use our spell mods. So, we're gonna have to have decent strength because we're going to be using strength for this. So we're gonna put strength or higher starting at 17. We need to have adequate intelligence and adequate charisma to start. Now, we're starting at first level wizard. We get a lot of stuff that can help us, just great spells like shield and as we're ones for combat. Second level, we get our subclass. What are we gonna do? Blade Singer? That's what we normally do for combat, right? Not this time, my friend. Because Blade Singer doesn't really help us. The one caveat of Tensor's Transformation is we cannot cast spells while in our state of transformation. Well, this means that we'll have to find another way. So we're going to be going Scribes. Now, Scribes, the beauty of Scribes is when we cast a spell, if we have another spell in our spell book of the same level, of a different damage type, we can change the damage of what we're doing into that type, essentially, right? So, in this case, well, you'll see. Level, we get second level spells. Some great stuff, like, well, first level great spell is Tasha's Caustic Brew. And second level, our main damage spell is Flame Breath, because we can give that to a familiar. So, keep those in mind. Fourth level again, ASI, we're going to bump strength. So now we have +4 for a strength modifier. Oh, and you also want decent constitution, because you always do. And then fifth level, we get the level spells. We get some great ones, of course. Spirit Shroud and Haste are the main ones. So again, our damage report is nothing special at this point. We only have one attack because we're just a wizard. We're not even Blade Singer, we're just Scribe. So either we just do 2d10 firebolt damage, plus, or 3d, I mean, plus a normal attack from haste, which is going to be 1d10 plus 4. So it's only going to be about 20 damage. And then, or we green flame blade it, or booming blade. But it's only going to be an extra d8, so it's going to be, a total of around a little less than 22. So, pretty rough. 6th level, we get our next subclass ability, which gives us our Manifest Mind, which we can cast from its position. Pretty cool stuff. Not really useful for what we're doing, just pretty cool. Then we go 7th level. We get 4th level spells. Not a ton of ones. A lot of like the static attack increasers are here. Like you have like the Guardian Faith for druids or clerics, and then the Hound for here. Just something to mention. 8th level, another ASI. You want to boost that. Actually, we still don't have all our proficiency modifiers, right? So we're gonna just bump our stats again here, or take something we can't use yet. Honestly, we're gonna have to take something we don't use yet, because we're not gonna have a ton of ASIs remaining. So we're gonna grab Great Weapon Master even though we can't use it. Then we're gonna go one more, so we're 9th level, so it means we have 5th level spells. It's gonna be 2d8 Shroud. It's gonna be all your good stuff. But again, not really too noteworthy. Level 10, more scribe stuff. We get to make a 1st or 2nd level spell scroll, which is great. And then 11th level, finally we get Tensor's Transformation. Oh, we also get an extra attack from Tensor's, which is, again, quite wonderful. So, at this point, again, because we have Great Weapon Master, we can deal, we can't even make attacks, but still, like Green Flame Blade or anything, or cast spells, but still, it's going to be 1d10 plus 5 plus 10 plus 2d12 per attack. So it's 67 damage altogether. Not what we want, but we're not done. I'm going to go into Warlock. I know what you're thinking, Hexblade. Wrong. We're going to go into Undead Warlock. Now we get our scary thing, scary aura at 1st level. Gives us temporary hit points. It allows us to get benefits against frightened enemies. Pretty awesome. Then 2nd level, we get Invocation. +1 to our packed weapon. We're gonna go 3rd level. We're gonna go Blade Pack. So you want to grab +1 to your pack weapon, and then we're gonna go. One more in to 2 more into 3 more into Blade Undead. So 4th level is going to be another ASI. We're going to get Polearm Master, so we can make a bonus action attack, because we're not going to get one otherwise. 5th level, we already really have extra tech. You can grab Blade Pack because you're not always going to have Tensors on. It's really your call. And then 6th level, this is the best one. When we deal necrotic damage, we can deal another die of necrotic damage. Well, we don't deal necrotic damage, Sean. You should have done Spirit Shroud if you were going to do that. No, because we're Scribe's Wizard, which means we can convert the damage to necrotic. Oh, and since your weapon is a +1, it's actually going to be 191 damage for our undead. Fortunately, there is a 6th level spell that deals necrotic damage, that being Circle of Death. So, we can, if we have that in our spellbook, which we definitely will, we're going to convert Tensor's transformation to necrotic damage. Now, this means we're, with our undead stuff up, it's going to be 3d12, which is higher than what we could get with good old Hexblade. So, well, we have extra attack, we have a bonus action attack, we have 17 levels total, we have which means we have 3 levels left. Guess what? Echo Knight, baby. So that means that we're going to have yet another attack, so we're going to have 4 attacks. Well, so it's going to be a D10 for 3, and then the 4th one's going to be a D4, plus 5 from Strength, plus D4 from Grift to Chromatic Dragon, because that's official now, 3d12, plus 10, and then 4 of those, and then plus 20 from ASMR is going to be 187 damage, which is about average for our builds. Again, we can get, it's a restrictive build because it's essentially revolving around maximizing Tensor Transformation, and which means we can't cast spells, we can't do any of that. But for what it does, it is amazing at it, which is wonderful because a lot of these niche builds don't have that power, which is great. Is that the only thing we can do with tensors? No. The weird thing is, well, tensors is better with more attacks, right? So, if we go into Monk, we're going to have 2 bonus action attacks. At this point, it's not going to benefit us to stick with Scribes. We're just going to go Blade Singer just because it's good for combat. Though, honestly, there are no wizard options that will increase our damage, so it doesn't really matter. And then 3 Echo, and then we have 1 more level because we're only going 5 into Monk, so it's going to be 1 Hexblade. This means we're going to have a weapon in one hand, and we're going to punch with the other. So it's going to be, with our main attack, it's going to be 1d10 plus 5 from Strength, plus 6 from Hexblade, plus 10 from Great Weapon Master, plus 2d12. And then as a bonus action, we're going to deal 1d8 plus 5 plus 6 from Hexblade, plus 2d12. We don't get that chromatic bonus, but, well, the question is, what monk are we going to be? Well, it gives us a damage increase. There's things we're going to have to be spending key for most of them, which is unfortunate, right? Because we only have 5 key to begin with, so which means we're going to pretty much have to use every one of them for flurry. Except 1. That's because if we go 4 elements monk, we get flaming fists, which means that how Flask of Oil work is that when you hit, like when a target takes fire damage, they take 5 additional fire damage. So again, no magic item needed. We can throw a Flask of Oil. Our fire fists, which only take a key to set up, can deal 5 extra damage, which means altogether we're gonna deal 193 damage, which is about quite similar to what we would be doing with our other option, which is, again, really cool, and shows you just the power of Tensor's transformation. Now, and we couldn't get that by going 1 more into something else, because then we would have to use spell levels, and we wouldn't be able to get, we'd have to go 13 to get the Shroud, so it's an advantage of it. Okay. Well, we, Bard never said, again, it's a bit hazy, so this is kind of why I put it at the end. It basically just says a level you can cast, which means if we have high enough spell levels to be a bard that can cast that spell, we don't need to be, those need to be bard levels. The other thing is that's the same wording as, I'm pretty sure it's the same wording as like normal spellcasting rules, so it's debatable, but we're gonna do it. Your DM may approve, may not. And the thing is, we only need one, we're only gonna go one less than we would normally. For this first one, we're gonna go 10 to Whispers. With Whispers, basically we can spend inspiration to deal damage. It's 2d6 at 3rd, 3d6 at 5th, 5d6 at 10th, and then 8d6 15th, I believe. So that's mainly for the subclass as a bard. We also get Jack of all trades, and we get all that good stuff. Not gonna help us. Now, normally we can only get magical secrets at 10, but at Lore Bard we can get at 6. If we continue that, we have two methodologies here. We're gonna go 1 to Hexblade, 1 to Warcleric to get a bonus action attack, 3 into Echo Knight. So 6 Lore, 1 Hexblade, 3 Echo, and then 2 Spores is going to be 12. And that's going to be 9 caster levels at this point. Oh, and then 1 Echo, so it's 13. Yeah, 9 caster levels. And we need to have 11 to be basically 6 levels supposed to cast 10 sorcerer, right? So we need 2 more. Well, and we have 7 total levels to use. Oathbreaker, baby. That's gonna give us Aura of Hate, which means that we're going to be dealing 1d12 plus 5 from Strength, plus 10 from Great Weapon, plus 2d10 from Tensors, plus 5 from Oath, plus d6 from Spores, plus d4 from Chromatic, times 4, plus 20. And that's going to reach the 200 mark. Again, more sketchy, but we can actually almost achieve 200 with the other builds. So it's not like hugely significant. So there you go. I just really like Tensor's Transformation as a spell and just wanted to make it on par with some of the other optimization builds I've done here. Hope y'all enjoyed. This is Sean from the Deck Dungeon, signing out.